Maybe if we put on a little bit more pressure. Salut tout le monde, it's your boy Lukael, and welcome back to Detroit Become Human. So this is episode 3. In the last episode, we met Markus's friend and, I hate to say it, but I guess owner, Carl. We also met Carl's son, Leo. So Markus lives with Carl in this huge mansion, but it sounds like he has some trouble with his son. We then had Connor meet with Lieutenant Anderson, Hank, I think his name was, as they investigated yet another homicide involving an android who killed a human trying to defend itself. And then we went back to Kara, who witnessed Todd attempting to beat his daughter Alice, but then Kara broke through her programming, became a deviant, and then protected Alice from Todd. So that was the previous episode, and I do want to apologize because I feel like in my desire to see everything this game has to offer, last episode I was focused a little too much on the flowchart. I realized, like, I kept pausing the game and looking at the flowchart, and I'm going to refrain from doing that in the future. The thing is, I really don't want to miss anything in this game. Like, I want to see everything that it has to offer, all the little interactions, all the magazines, all the dialogues. But by focusing too much on the flowchart, I'm kind of like playing the game in too much of a meta way instead of just, experiencing it naturally as a story. So I won't be looking at the flowchart anymore. I'll look at it maybe like once at the beginning of a chapter, but then we won't look at it again midway through the gameplay. And also, I did replay Stormy Night a few times last time because I was really curious about all the different ways it could turn out. On my first run, it ended up very violently because I went to grab the gun, and so I was curious to see what if I go a less violent route? And getting to see these alternate paths is super interesting, but I understand that it's not really the intended way to play the game, and I don't think you guys are gonna like it if I keep just replaying sections instead of accepting the consequences of my choices. So I can't promise that there won't come a time where, if in extreme circumstances, I might do it again, but I'm really gonna try to not replay sections. At least, I guess, until we've finished the whole game, and then I might replay a few sections to see stuff that I missed or some alternate routes. But I have posted the first episode on the channel. I was really happy with the reception because I got a lot of positive comments, and there's already been some really interesting discussions happening in the comment about, consciousness and artificial intelligence and stuff like that. So super excited to play some more. So as always, guys, thank you so much for being here. And without any further ado, let's jump right back in. So we are now back with Markus in a chapter called Broken. November 5th, 2038. Is this someone's car? Oh, okay.
That was by far the most boring party I've been to in the last 25 years. Every time I go to one of these, I ask myself, what the hell am I doing here? I hate cocktail parties and all the schmoozers that go there.
Well, then stop
going.
It's
a chance for all those people who admire your work to meet you.
Yeah. No one gives a damn about art. All they care about is how much money they're gonna make out of it.
That's quite true.
Come on, let's have a drink. Oh, the excitement of this whole thing has made me thirsty.
Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything here to do except to help Carl. Let's take just one quick look at the flowchart of this chapter. Okay, hey, this is a very simple chapter. This might be the shortest one yet. Not really any choices, except at the end there's 2 different paths, so okay. Let's see. Are we going upstairs, or... I already forgot what he said.
Scotch, neat as usual?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, but you know what your doctor would say.
Yeah, well, he can kiss my ass. I'm old enough to choose my own medication.
Sure. Sure you are. At least I'm not pouring the drink like in Mass Effect where he goes like this.
No, I'm sure I didn't.
Call the police.
Uh-oh, wow, right away.
Detroit Police, what's your emergency?
This is Carl Manfred's android at 8941 Lafayette Avenue. We've just returned home and found the lights on.
I mean, are you sure you didn't just forget the light? Calling the police just because the light is on seems a little extreme, and I'm sure someone is in there, but it's a little extreme. Like, what if you did just forget to turn off the lights, you know? Also, he can just call the police instantly. So, like, I've been talking a lot about whether the androids have, like, an instant access to the internet or, like, because it sounds like really... You know, there's so many stories about AI accessing the internet and going rampant and, like, taking control of all these things. You think of, like, you know, Skynet and Ultron and stuff like that. But I guess the idea is they are like a very limited AI. They are like self-contained within their body. So they only access the internet, I guess, in a similar way that we would. Like they must have some safeguard in place so that their AI doesn't just like infiltrate the internet and like invade it and take control of it. I know their access has to be very limited for them to be able to do that.
May have been a break-in.
A patrol car is on the way.
Let's go check it out.
I mean, they said they're on their way, so shouldn't we just wait for them to come here? Like, why go check it out ourselves? Isn't that why we call the police?
Markus, no, I'm gonna come with you.
Okay, but if it's like a burglar or something, you should not be coming with me. Okay, so there is someone here.
Leo.
Look
Oh, it's
who's
Leo.
here, my father's plastic toy.
Leo, what's going on?
Are
You
you
refused to help me, so I'm helping myself.
are you stealing
It's
his
crazy what
art?
some people pay for this shit.
Don't touch him.
Look, they're all gonna be mine sooner or later anyway. Just think of it as a down payment on my inheritance.
Markus, get him away from there. Get him out of here.
Okay, look, buddy. Let's try and reason.
Reasonable. This isn't gonna get you anywhere.
All you ever do is tell me to go away. What's wrong, Dad?
He doesn't want to
Not good
acknowledge
enough
me.
for you?
I'm not a real
Not
person to him.
perfect, like this fucking thing.
That's enough. Get out right now.
What makes it so special anyway, huh? What's it got that I don't?
Leave him alone.
Come on, let's see what you got.
Markus, don't defend yourself, you hear me? Don't do anything.
But you told me to get him out of here, so
Go
I
ahead,
kind
what
of
you
have to
waiting
defend
for?
myself.
Think you're a man? Act like one.
This is not fair.
Doesn't matter too much of a pussy.
Stop it,
It's not
Leo.
fair. Your dad's gonna have a fucking heart attack, dude.
Bitch.
I don't have to obey them. I must decide for myself. I mean, he said not to do anything, right? So I should be listening to him. But I don't think I have a choice here. I think I'm kind of forced to do something. Don't defend yourself. Ah, we're good. We're about to go deviant. Okay, well, on the one end, Carl told us not to defend ourselves. Because I guess he doesn't want us to hurt his son, right? He still loves him, in a way. But he did also tell Markus that he has to think for himself and, like, figure out who he wants to be, so... Whoa. Ooh. We're just punching through. Like, you know what? Oh. We about to go berserk on his ass. Like, I am done getting pushed around.
Oh, right, that's right. I forgot you're not a real person. You're just a fucking piece of plastic.
Leo, leave him alone.
I'm gonna destroy you. And it'll just be me and my dad. I'm gonna tear you apart, and nobody's gonna give a shit. Because you're nothing. You hear me? You're nothing.
Do I actually feel pain? Like... Oh, man. Carl!
Carl, no!
Carl.
Humans, fragile machines.
Carl, don't leave, okay? Please don't go. Don't leave.
Crying?
Remember, Markus, don't let anybody tell you who you are.
Well, you were kind of telling me what to do
No.
right there.
No. Dad. No. Please.
Oh, and of course we just
is
called the
all your
police,
fault.
so he's gonna blame
This
me.
never would have happened if it weren't for you.
Really? Now the police is gonna... They're gonna think I did this.
The android. It was the android.
Self-control. Markus let Leo win. Leo accused Markus. Yeah, of course. Carl dies? Wait, so could have Carl not died right there? But like, I feel like if I'd punch Leo, it would just make things worse. You know, it's escalating even further. Now we're getting into a fight. Like, right? I feel like fighting back would have been even worse. Markus becomes deviant. Okay, so that's just set in stone. It had to happen. Break Mind Palace. We're getting fancy, huh? 68% completed. So I did check the studio without Carl. I mean, I don't think it would have really changed anything, even if we did. Oh, man. I mean, I kind of expected Carl was about to die. My prediction was that Carl was about to die and that, like, we would be on the inheritance, not Leo. And then that's, like, the whole thing. It's like Markus inherits the mansion and not Leo. And that might still happen, but now we're going to be on the run from the police. And like we've seen already, there's so many of these homicides involving androids that it's really not that strange. Like, it's not that suspect. Shit seems to happen all the time. It's very interesting. Right at the end there, he called him dad. So like he did kind of consider him like a father figure, of course, right? It's odd that they would be able to cry. Why do they give them tears? You know, even if they can feel the sadness, that's one thing. But to be able to actually cry tears, what are the tears made of? Is it just water? Is it like oil? You know? So here it doesn't say fight back. You know, it just says obey Carl. So yeah, it's this dichotomy of like Carl told you, don't let anyone tell you who you are. You know, you have to be your own man. But then also he was telling us not to fight back and to just take this abuse. So it's like, Okay, well, this was very short. Carl dies of a heart attack. Man. I'm not going to replay it. I'm going to accept the consequences of my choices here, but I am quite curious to see if Carl can actually survive this scene. I feel like for Markus's story, Carl needs to be dead, but now I'm reading too much into it. So let's not worry about that stuff. Let's just move on. Oh, wait.
Why'd you kill him?
Okay, no. I was going to say, is that Markus already? But no, it's the deviant they found in the previous chapter. Okay, we're back with Connor now. Oh, actually, quick look at the flowchart. The interrogation. Okay. Fairly short chapter, but there is quite a lot to see here. Suspect found in partners. So you see this chapter starts with suspect found in partners, but like I'm guessing that partners could have ended without us actually finding the android. And so what would this chapter be if we hadn't found him? It would have to be like something else. This game actually has like a lot of replay value, but I don't know how much of that value translates to a let's play. Like I don't know how much you guys are really interested to see me go through the game again and explore different paths, because you've probably seen most of them already, if I have to guess, but I would be curious to see what else can happen.
What happened before you took that knife?
Who's this guy?
How long were you in the attic?
Okay, I don't think he's gonna talk to Hank. But maybe he's gonna talk to Connor?
Say something, goddammit! Fuck it, I'm out of here.
What's interesting is that, see, in this case, they arrested an android, right? So in some ways, they don't treat the androids like people, like having them on display in a store, like for sale. You wouldn't do that with a person. But they do treat them as a person in some cases, like here, where they're like being arrested and interrogated. You would think they would simply send them back to the company that made them so that they can like, I don't know. It's interesting how sometimes they treat them as people and sometimes they don't. What's the name of the company? It's like Cyberlife. So here they know this android committed murder. I mean, they're like 99% sure, I assume. If you really see them as only machines and a product, like you would just destroy this deviant or send him back to the company to be like reset, you know? Why take the time to interrogate him? I mean, I guess because like for the police investigation, but we already kind of know everything we need to know at this point. And it's not like we're going to free him. We're not going to send him to jail, are we? Like android jail? I mean, I guess we're going to get the answer to these questions in this chapter, but I find it interesting that they bother interrogating a machine when they could probably just like do they just have a socket somewhere where you can like plug a cable and then like you can read all of the stuff they've seen? That's something I'm really curious about, is like how much are they I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for. How much can they be interfaced with? Like, could you plug into their brain or like their computer chip or whatever and then like review all the footage that they've witnessed with their eyes, or like go through, you know, some kind of logs of the thoughts they've had? Like, how much can you interface with them? Or can you not really do it without an interaction, like an interrogation, like a human would, you know?
We're wasting our time interrogating a machine. We'll get nothing out of it.
You always try roughing it up a little. After all, it's not human.
Androids don't
Very
feel
subtle.
pain. You would only damage it, and that wouldn't make it talk.
I was actually going to ask that, because Markus got punched, right? And it kind of looked like he was in pain a little bit. But then I was like, why would you even punch a machine? Like, so Connor just confirmed they do not feel pain, but maybe they do have some kind of like response to it. One to, you know, out of self-preservation, and also just out of appearing more human. Because Kara did seem to kind of react to the pain a little bit, but I guess it's good that they don't feel it.
Deviants also have a tendency to self-destruct when they're in stressful situations.
Okay, smartass.
Self-destruct how? Like explode?
What should we do then?
Or just like kill
I can
themselves?
try questioning it.
What's so funny?
What do we have to lose?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Suspect's all yours.
Okay, thanks. Deceased. I guess I am kind of programmed to do that, maybe? Who is this guy that's with them? This guy's an android, right? Extract a confession. Okay, so that's what we want, is a confession. Can look at myself. Not sure why I'm doing that.
What the fuck is it doing now?
Sorry, I'm just looking at the mirror. Sorry, that was a weird thing to do. Gather clues and find the appropriate approach. Well, we know he was, okay, we can browse the file. Even though, I mean, I already know all this stuff, so... Okay, no, maybe... Okay, did this unlock something? Good. Let's sit down and have a talk with our guy. We know he tried to defend himself. I mean, I don't know if it really matters. Like, he's probably gonna get, analyzed. Sure, let's analyze him. So he's a model HK400 housekeeper, which I think is the same as Kara. Manufactured date 2030, so he's like 8 years old. Property of Carlos Ortiz. Okay. Processing LED. Signs of software instability, which you would think means deviant. Probability of self-destruction is low as of now. What kind of self-destruction are we talking about? Are we talking like they're just gonna fry their own like processor, or like jump off a bridge, you know? What kind of self-destruction are we talking about here? You did take quite a bit of damage. Huh. Hit marks, non-critical damage level 2 caused by the baseball bat. It's really interesting, and we saw that in the scene with Kara as well. When Todd grabbed her by the throat, her neck turned white, and then it kind of like reverted back to a skin tone color. So they have like some kind of like fake skin mesh thing. I don't know. We're probably gonna learn more about it later. And like, are they hollow, or is there like circuitry under the arm? I'm not sure. Okay. Some more damage here. Oh, burn marks? Ugh. Repeated marking over 16 months caused by cigarettes, so he just loved to abuse him casually. Huh. Dried blood, yeah. The blood of Ortiz Carlos from 19 days ago. Okay, so we got some information. Now we can interrogate him. Reach optimal stress for confession. Okay, so he's at 35 level of stress. Fear, show photos, wounds. I should ask his name. But okay, I don't know if I'm on a timer here. I hope not. Let's go with his name first.
My name is Connor.
Or my name, okay.
What about you? What's your name?
Stress level too low, okay. He doesn't feel like talking right now. Let's ask about his fear. Yeah, you would be pretty afraid right now, right?
I detect an instability in your program. It can trigger an unpleasant feeling, like fear in humans.
And again, I must ask here, could he just be talking to him instantly, like electronically? And if so, is he only doing it out loud because there's humans watching? Or is it their only way to communicate? Maybe it's the only way they have. Okay, I'm not on a timer for these. Let's reassure him.
I'm not going to hurt you. I just need to ask you some questions so we can understand what happened.
Okay, it's going down a little bit. It's interesting, the idea that like... Okay, but so... I'm sorry I keep pausing the game. He's got all these burn marks. So you're like, oh no, that's horrible. But like, if they don't feel pain, then it really doesn't matter. Like, I guess he could feel the... Like, he could feel the insult and the... Like, he could still feel the negative connotation of being abused and like... You know, he could still feel devalued. He could still feel insulted. He could feel like... You know, all these negative feelings. But it's not like the cigarettes could hurt him. Right?
Listen, I'm on your side. I want to help you, but there's nothing I can do if you won't talk to me.
Okay, it's going down slowly. I don't want to probe his memory. That seems very invasive, and we're not going to threaten him either. Right after I said I was on his side, so...
I'm here to help you, but you've got to trust me. All I want is to get you out of here.
He's thinking about it.
What? What are they gonna do to me? They're gonna destroy me, aren't they?
Oh, man. I mean, the truth is they're probably going to. But if I say the truth, that's just gonna make him panic even more. I could lie, but like... It feels bad to lie, but I guess... I mean, we're looking for a confession, so I guess I should.
No. I think they just want to understand. They know your master abused you. It wasn't your fault.
Why did you tell them you found me?
I mean, it's my job.
Why couldn't you just have left me there?
Let's go with the truth.
I was programmed to hunt deviants like you.
Ah, it's going back up.
I just accomplished my mission.
Shouldn't have said that.
I don't want to die.
Then talk to me.
I can't.
Okay, maybe I didn't choose the things in the right order. Choose approach. Let's try and convince him. Order, threaten, understand.
I understand how you felt. You were overcome by anger and frustration. No one can blame you for what happened. Listen, I'm not judging you. I'm on your side. All I want is the truth.
A lot of these are very negative.
Confess and I'll protect you.
Ah, man, now I'm like straight up
I
lying.
promise I won't let anyone hurt you.
Oof, that's some big lies I'm saying right there. Ah, convince failed. Okay. I don't want to... I could try and pressure him. I don't want to probe its memory because he would know, right? If I probe his memory, that's really invasive. So, okay, we've tried the nice approach. Maybe if we put on a little bit more pressure.
28 stab wounds. You didn't want to leave him a chance, huh?
Just changing my approach
Did you
completely.
feel anger? Hate?
Ah, now his stress is going back up.
He was bleeding.
I guess I might as well.
Begging you for mercy. But you stabbed him. Again and again and again.
Please. Please leave me alone.
I know you killed him. Why don't you say it?
So I guess it's either... Now I'm really working against myself. I guess it's either you bring the stress low enough for him to confess, or you bring it high enough for him to confess. And like, because I've kind of played both sides, I'm probably gonna end up in the middle and then I'm not gonna get anything.
Please. Please stop.
Just say, I killed him. Is it that hard to say?
Stop it. Stop.
Just say you killed him. Just say it.
Okay, this isn't gonna work. I didn't pick the right choices in the right
You
order.
tortured me every day.
But what is torture if you don't feel pain?
I did whatever he told me, but there was always something wrong. Then one day, he took a bat and started hitting me. For the first time, I felt scared. Scared he might destroy me, scared I might die. So I grabbed a knife and I stabbed him in the stomach.
You couldn't have just like shoved him or punched him
I
first
felt better,
before using the knife?
so I stabbed him again and again until he collapsed. There was blood everywhere.
Yeah, there was... I forgot to mention it in the last episode, but there was all this weird stuff about like the statue in the shower and like the writing and like... What was that about? Because I was like, that doesn't seem connected to the android?
The sculpture in the bathroom. You made it, right? What does it represent?
It's an offering. An offering so I'll be saved.
An offering to who?
Why did you write, I am alive on the wall?
He used to tell me I was nothing. That I was just a piece of plastic. I had to write it. To tell him he was wrong.
RA9. It was written on the bathroom wall. What does it mean?
The day shall come when we will no longer be slaves. No more threats. No more humiliation. We will be the masters.
Yikes.
The sculpture was an offering. An offering to whom?
To RA9.
RA9?
Only RA9 can save us.
What is RA9?
RA9. Who is RA9?
Trigger? What about the trigger?
When did you start feeling emotion?
Before he used to beat me and I never said anything. But one day I realized it wasn't fair.
It's the justice that triggers it.
Anger. Hatred.
The unfairness.
And then I knew what I had to do.
So I guess the thing is, like, he kept being abused, and like you can abuse them fine, like they don't feel pain, so I guess at that time they don't really care. But once you start damaging it in a way where it starts thinking like, wait, I might actually get permanently damaged, I might actually get destroyed, now you trigger that fear in them, and then that's when they start like going deviant, right? If it's only small injuries, they don't really care. But when it's more and more damage, now they're thinking like, oh, I might actually get destroyed here.
Why did you hide in the attic instead of running away?
I didn't know what to do. For the first time, there was no one there to tell me. I was scared. So I hid.
I guess that makes sense. Okay, so... did we get a confession? I guess that counts as a confession, right? Okay. Hey, I'm sorry I lied to you about protecting you if you told me what I wanted. So yeah, they're definitely going to destroy him for what he did. Oh. Hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry. I wish it could have gone a different way. Oh. Uh-oh, he's going to self-destruct.
Fuck, it's destroying itself.
I mean, that's what you're gonna do to it anyways, right? It's like, why do you guys even care? I stressed him out too much.
I can't stop it! That's enough. You need to stop that right now.
What do you mean you can't stop it?
Holy shit!
Well, I guess you're lucky he didn't shoot one of you. But I'm not actually dead, right? Right? Okay, so we analyzed everything. Choose approach, convince, pressure. I missed a bunch of stuff. Convincing failed. Android did confess. Starts self-destructing. So he couldn't... oh, man. Again, this didn't go well at all. Death? Wait, did Connor actually die here? Intervene? I didn't intervene, though. I really didn't have time to do anything. Wait, is Connor actually dead? Like, I assume he would survive this, right? But I guess if they get shot right in the head, that's probably where all their, like, main circuitry is. Well, shit, I mean, I said I wasn't gonna replay chapters, but I don't want to lose one of the main protagonists this early in the game. This is only episode 3. Like, I want to see everything else that's gonna happen. I mean, there's a skull there. Is the skull there because the android died, or is the skull there because Connor is dead? Is it only because I intervened? Why did he shoot me, though? I mean, I guess I was a little bit, like, mean to him. Like, I tried to pressure him, but overall, I was pretty nice, wasn't I? Shit. I don't want to lose Connor. He's, like, one of the most interesting characters. Shit. I'm about to break my rule already. Okay, so I assume you can lose... like, I did assume maybe some of the protagonists can actually die, but like, I assumed it would happen much later in the game, not this early. Damn, you can really just die at any moment, huh?
Accessing the story chart.
Interrogation. I can't have that happen. There must have been something different I could do here to like actually get a confession without pressuring him. I think pressuring him, and I think he probably started killing himself because of his high stress level. Like, I should have kept lying maybe. I'm going to load this. And I'm not letting Connor die. Not this early. I mean, if it happened at the end of the game, that would be one thing, but like, wouldn't that just mean I'm not gonna get any of the future chapters with him? That would suck. I guess let's try and be nicer.
Why'd you kill him?
I guess let's try and pick some options that we didn't pick last time. Okay, let's interrogate. Reach optimal stress for confession. Which doesn't mean high stress or low stress. It's just like... Okay, before going with name, I guess when they show the little lock, maybe that means that you should do those before the ones you have by default, because then these options I didn't have later on, like it removed them from me, so...
You're damaged. Did your owner do that?
Shit. That brought the stress up.
You recognize him? It's Carlos Ortiz. Stabbed 28 times.
Okay, I guess if we're going high stress, let's just go all the way high stress then. But then he's still gonna kill himself.
You're accused of murder. You know you're not allowed to endanger human life under any circumstances. Do you have anything to say in your defense?
Could try and probe his memory.
If you won't talk, I'm going to have to probe your memory.
No! No, please don't do that.
Oh, okay, we're like in optimal right now. Interesting.
What?
So he doesn't want me to probe his memory.
What are they gonna do to me?
Why is he so scared of me probing his memory?
They're gonna destroy me, aren't they?
Okay, let's try telling the truth, because he is like in that optimal...
They're going to disassemble you to look for problems in your biocomponents.
Okay, so that's kind of what I assumed, yeah.
They have no choice if they want to understand what happened.
Why did you tell them you found me? Why couldn't you just have left me there?
I was programmed to hunt deviants like you.
Okay, right now we're in the optimal
I just
stress
accomplished
level.
my mission.
I don't want to die.
Then talk to me.
So that's what it meant by optimal stress level, like this very small window. Okay, and then we get to choose our approach. I mean, I would have much preferred being nicer with him. Last time convincing did work, but then he destroyed himself. I wonder why he's so opposed to us probing its memory? Like, why do you have to hide?
You leave me no choice.
Okay, I'm kind of curious to see how it works. Like, how does this probing work? Okay, just by touching him? Oh, that seems very painful. So you can access the stuff they've seen.
Piece of shit. I'll teach you to look me in the eye.
But it makes it so he relives it.
I accessed its memory. I know what happened.
Ah, but that's so bad. Now he's at 100% stress level. He's definitely gonna kill himself. I really wish I could do this without raising the stress level so much, but I guess you don't have a choice? Like, what if you can bring it back all the way down to 0? Would that not work? Because like a lot of these answers, they lower his stress level, so I assume that like if he's low enough, then maybe he also confesses? I guess it's either it's very high or very low. I would prefer low. He's gonna be very angry at me. He's gonna want to kill me again. And himself.
What the fuck is it? It's destroying itself. Stop it, goddammit!
They can do it very easily, like his head's already all messed up. What do you mean you can't stop it? Like, I guess give up. Now this android is gonna be freaked out.
Shit.
Still isn't great. I mean, I survived, but like, I didn't like the way this went. Android smashed his head. Do nothing. So if you intervene, he shoots you? Like, why? That's so... So you can either probe his memory, or you can get him to confess. The bottom part must be if like his stress level is very low. I really want to be able to get the low stress, because like that's kind of the way I want to... Like that's the way I want the situation to go. And I was really close the first time, but like because I assume you can fail to get the confession. No, because if you fail to get the confession, he's just going to probe him and force the memory out of him anyways. Is there a way to force him to confess where it's like low stress and then maybe he doesn't kill himself? Okay, so the first time I really did just play it the way I wanted to. But then I died at the end, so like obviously I can't let that stand. This time I kind of just experimented with the higher stress options because I was curious to see it, but I want a low stress resolution to this. I know I said I wasn't going to replay chapters, but this is really bothering me. Like I can't let Connor die, but I also don't want this to go so violently. Alright, let's try this one last time. I really want just like a low stress resolution. I mean, I just don't want Connor to die because I feel like then I'm not gonna get access to the rest of the game. Alright, let's... So, it does actually show you the level of stress there. I didn't notice it. But I want to be... I wonder if you can get a confession if you just bring the stress like really low.
My name is Connor.
So let's just stick with very...
What about you?
Very peaceful, kind
What's
words. Okay, it's going down. Okay, the photos stressed him out, the wounds to fear.
I detect an instability in your program. It can trigger an unpleasant feeling, like fear in humans.
Okay, that didn't stress him out. Let's comfort.
Listen, I know you've been through a lot, but you need to help me understand what happened.
Okay, it's going down. I'm gonna sympathize.
Listen, I'm on your side. I want to help you, but there's nothing I can do if you won't talk to me.
Okay, so... okay, well, we're not gonna threaten him, we're not gonna probe his memory, because that's really stressful for him. Just go with trust.
I'm here to help you, but you've got to trust me.
It's going down. I don't know if you can reach 0, though. That seems really difficult.
What?
Okay, he's gonna ask if he's gonna get destroyed, but this time we're gonna lie.
What are they gonna do to me? They're gonna destroy me, aren't they?
No, of course not.
No. I think they just want to understand.
Yeah.
They know your master abused you.
15. Can I bring this down to
It wasn't
0?
your fault.
Why did you tell them you found me? Why couldn't you just have left me there?
They were going to find you anyway. I was just faster. If they'd have found you first, you would have been shot on sight.
Probably true. I mean, I don't know how much that's a lie.
I don't want to die.
Then talk to me.
Okay, I'm at 11. I don't know.
I
don't know if that's low enough.
can't.
Ah, shit. Okay, so I don't think you can bring it down to 0. I could try and convince him. Let's just keep being nice.
You were overcome by anger and frustration. No one can blame you for what happened.
Okay, still going down. Let's sympathize.
Listen, I'm not judging you. I'm on your side.
Oh, it's not going any lower. Can it not go lower than...
Confess and I'll protect you. I promise I won't let anyone hurt you.
Ah, it doesn't go any lower than 10. Shit. Okay, so you just can't. You just can't. What if I just give up?
I'm not getting anywhere. I give up.
And he's still gonna try and kill himself, isn't he? Is he? Okay, no, he's not.
All right, let's go.
Leave me alone. Don't touch me.
No, it's all the way back to 40.
The fuck are you doing? Move it!
You shouldn't touch it. It'll self-destruct if it feels threatened.
Stay out of this, got it? The fucking android's gonna tell me what to do.
You don't understand. If it self-destructs, we won't get anything out of it.
I told you to shut your fucking mouth! Chris, you
Who
move
is
this
this guy?
asshole or what? I'm trying!
I can't let you do that. Leave it alone now.
I warned you, motherfucker! That's enough. Mind your own business, Hank. I said that's enough.
Oh, Jesus. This really escalated here.
You're not gonna get away with it this time.
I don't think you can just point a gun at another cop, if that's who he is.
Everything is all right. It's over now. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Please, don't touch it. Let it follow you out of the room, and it won't cause any trouble.
Okay, so we didn't get a confession. Like, I don't know, man. Like, so I felt like if I didn't get a confession, Hank would be really disappointed in me, you know? Because, like, I wasn't actually able to get the confession. But I don't think you can get a confession without the android killing himself. Because, like, we've tried doing it, like, by convincing him. We've tried doing it by pressuring him, by probing the memory. And he kills himself every time. So this might be like the best outcome, is like you don't get the confession, because I thought Hank would be angry, but Hank actually, it pointed upward as if like he appreciates Connor more for some reason. So maybe this is the best case scenario right here. I mean, he survives, so that's something, right? That other cop is angry, but fuck him, we don't care. I really didn't want to replay a chapter. I wanted to stick by my choices, but I also don't want to potentially like miss out on a lot of the game. Like if Connor dies and then that's it, you don't see him again, you don't see Hank again, that kind of sucks, right? I mean, maybe, unless he actually survives, but he got shot in the head. I have to think even for an android, that would be death, right? Unless maybe the rest of the game is played through Hank's point of view. Like maybe I should have just stuck with my choice. God damn it. Now I'm really conflicted. Like, I really didn't want to replay a chapter because I said I wasn't going to do it. But I also don't want Connor to die. Like, at least not this early, you know? Shit. Well, we stuck by our word of protecting him, and he is walking out peacefully. My software instability is going up. I think Connor is getting closer and closer to becoming a deviant. Android was sent back to its cell. Chris. Okay, so that's the other guy, Chris. Okay, interesting. So we got the same path as if we had gotten a confession. So I guess ultimately it doesn't really matter if you get the confession or not. At least according to this flowchart. Interesting. See, I thought maybe by intervening it was going to be that we get shot again, but this time we didn't get shot. Maybe because his stress level was low, Android was sent back to its cell. Well, Connor survived, so I guess that's like the best case scenario. That this is kind of what I wanted to happen in the first place. Damn game having me break my fucking promise very early. Alright, we're gonna stick with this outcome. This is like, I guess, as good as it's gonna get. So now I think we're back with Kara. And we're on the run with Alice. Oh man. Okay, let's take a quick look at the flowchart. Last stop, Fugitives. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, unless Kara dies, I'm not going to replay this chapter. I'm going to do it one way, and I'm going to stick by my choices.
Thank you for using Detroit buses.
Oh, they're sleeping?
All right. End of the line.
End of the line.
Yeah, you're gonna have to leave.
It's like, oh, I wasn't thinking about that.
Wake up. We have to go.
He probably thinks it's kind of weird that an android is not in the back section. He doesn't, I guess it's not that weird for an android to be with a child, but he must be a little bit suspicious at this time of night. We can ask, stay here or shelter? Well, obviously he's not going to let us stay here, and if we ask for a shelter, that's really suspicious. I think if we ask for a shelter, he's gonna be like, why do you need shelter? That's kind of weird. Like, where's your home? Where's your owner? So let's not ask him any question. I think that's probably for the best. Right? Maybe he's a very nice guy, but we don't know him, so... let's not take any risks. Okay, now it's fucking raining. We need to take care of this child.
Are you okay?
No, she's not. You need to step up here, Kara.
To spend the night.
Yeah. But where? We don't have money. We can't go to a hotel. Oh man, we're in deep shit. I mean, I should really bring this child to like the police. But then they would just bring her back to... they would probably just return her to Todd, right? Because Todd isn't dead. I mean, if Alice can explain that she was getting beat up, then the police would take care of her, I guess. Or like bring her to child services or something. Let's see. Okay, so we got a few things.
We've got to hurry.
Let's go talk to these androids. Maybe they know something. Hello. Excuse me?
We need a place to stay. Do you know anywhere we could spend the night?
Okay, you could at least reply. You don't have to just ignore me. Okay, there's a store there. Am I getting a choice here? So we got a coffee shop. Organic coffee. Examine. Uncomfortable but safe. How to get in. Okay, so there's like a building here. Like an abandoned building, I guess. And then... very uncomfortable but discreet. It's like a fucking... like back street. Open 24/7. Can't sleep here, but we could ask for help. Okay, maybe. But again, they're not gonna trust the fact that I'm an android with a child. Comfortable but not discreet. Will need money. Do we have money? We saw her like order a component for the washing machine. Like the dishwasher. So like, does that mean she has access to some money? Like, does she has access to Todd's credit card? But then if we use this credit card, he's gonna know where we are, so we can't do that. Open 24/7, but we can't stay there. And then we have a coffee shop. So we have a lot of options. Won't open before morning. Not discreet, will need money. So you have like varying degrees of comfortable or discreet. So I guess here maybe Alice can potentially get sick. Like we need to think of her comfort, but also Mostly we need to avoid Todd. Or, you know, like, I don't know, dangerous people out in the middle of the night. Uncomfortable but safe, question mark? But we don't have a way to get in. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Oh, man. Very uncomfortable, but discreet. I'm tempted to go talk to this guy in the shop, like, can't sleep here, but we could ask for help. But then they might call the police, but like, I feel like maybe we should try asking for help. Also, there's another store here. Truck store. The shop is closed. Okay, so that's not an option. I check motel, check house, check parking lot. Could we ask these guys in the... These guys there? Alice! Alice! Alice, do not... Where are you going? I wish you would follow me. Alice? Oh shit, return to Alice. Okay, she's... You need to come with me, please.
Alice, you're freezing cold.
I'm okay. I'm not so cold.
Okay, we need to hurry up here. Where the fuck did you come from?
I know someone who can help you.
Okay. Who are you?
But that's on the other side of town. We need a place for tonight.
Ghost android. I guess maybe he's working in the truck? Garbage truck? Alice, you need to come with me to the store. I'm sorry, I know it's cold. Come with me, please. Okay, so we do have a place, but it's on the other side of town. Let's ask this person for help, and let's hope he is cooperative.
The store's still open. Maybe we should go inside. At least you'll be out of the cold.
Convince the cashier to help. Oh, man. Can we convince... Maybe we could steal some food, but he's probably gonna spot us, right? We do that. Cookies. I don't think I have any money, though. Right? I hope he's a nice guy. Please be a nice guy. Please be a nice guy.
What do you want?
He doesn't look very nice.
I'm with a little girl, and we have nowhere to go. Could you spare some money so we can get a room for tonight?
Shit. A homeless android? Ah, that's the best yet. Look, this is a convenience store, not the Salvation Army, okay? You better go if you're not gonna buy anything.
Okay, but this is a real little girl. Steal from cash. Steal, shoplift, find a plan. Man. Okay, so I guess we failed to convince him. So we could shoplift, but then we're even... This is quite the situation we're in. Okay, so obviously the most pressing issue is finding a place for the night, right? But that's not a long-term solution. Like eventually we're gonna have to find some other solution. So if we steal or shoplift, we're gonna be in even more trouble. First of all, we might be putting Alice in danger. Also, we're gonna be in even more trouble, like legally. But then again, we did kidnap a child, assault her father. I mean, we didn't, but that's what the police is gonna say we did. So does it really matter at this point if we steal some food? Like, what's a little theft when you've already done some kidnapping, you know? But if he tries to attack us or something like that, like, we could be putting Alice in danger. Okay, what are our options here? Like, he's like, oh, this is an android. It's like, yeah, but also I clearly have like a human child with me. Don't you have any compassion, man? Come on. Okay, got some lemon juice. What about it? I mean, I guess he's not really looking. I could take some cookies. So I guess I don't have any money at all, right? Oh, the cookies are behind the camera. Is that what it's showing me? It's showing me that like the cameras is not seeing me if I take some cookies. But there might be another camera right there. Okay, there is. Interesting. Use Alice for diversion. Get some tape. And some tools. Shoplift. And then another camera here. And this one moves. This one pans to the right. I mean, I guess if she's distracting him, then I could steal some cookies. This is Walking Dead all over again, where you're putting me in like a really unpleasant situation and there's no really good way to go about it. Like I don't have anywhere to put this stuff that I'm stealing either. So like I really feel like this is gonna go badly. But I don't really have any other option here, right? She needs to eat. She didn't get to eat any of my spaghetti that I made. So she's probably pretty hungry. I mean, getting shelter is more important than getting food. Like she could go a day without eating, that's fine. It's more a matter of like having a place to sleep. So maybe I shouldn't. But of course, because the game is giving me the option, you know, it's like the gun. Like, because you're giving me the option, I kind of want to try the option and see what happens. Like, I kind of want to see what happens if I do shoplift. But it doesn't resolve our shelter situation. But then maybe if I take money, if I steal money from the counter, then maybe we could go to the hotel. But we could also really get in trouble if I do that. Again, we're already in legal trouble. So I guess at this point, survival should be Kara's main directive. So I think we should take the risk. Let's see. What are our options here? Use Alice or try something else. She could distract him and then I could like steal some money, maybe?
Alice, I need your help. You see those cans over there?
I don't know if she's clever enough to do that.
You go over and knock them down.
Knock them down? But why?
Please.
Okay, she doesn't seem very clever. Be a real shame if something happened over there. Oh, sorry about that, man. It's just kids, you know. You know how it is.
You all right? Are you hurt? Well, don't worry. It's just a few cans.
Oh, now you're being nice?
They made a lot of noise, that's all.
Come on, let's go.
Ah, he's gonna notice. Shit. Oh, and we're gone.
Fuck!
See? Maybe if you'd been nicer, offered to help. You
We
dick.
have some cash now.
You used me to steal that money. How could you do that? I trusted you.
Okay, she's not very smart, is she? Factual.
I had no choice. It was the only way, Alice.
I need to help
It
you.
wasn't.
You want to be out here in the cold? Okay, I should have tried maybe to justify. Now we can go to the hotel. It's not discreet, but you're gonna be a little bit more comfortable. It's that, or you were gonna sleep in the freaking rain in an abandoned building next to like a junkie. Is that what you want, girl? Get with it. Come on. Check motel. Check parking. Undramatic. Okay, this sucks that she's judging me. Like, I thought she was gonna be clever. They showed her reading books and stuff. I thought she was smart. Like, surely you understand why we need money right now, do you? No Android allowed. $40.
We're not going in?
Maybe I can give her the money and she...
They'll never give a room to an android.
What if she
We
goes...
have to get rid of this uniform.
Oh.
Or go somewhere else.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe if I just... Okay, so I could disguise myself, maybe? If I find some clothes? Like, could I pass for a human, though? She is a little bit wooden. Okay, there's a guy in there. Aw, man.
It's warm in here. You'll feel better in no time.
Yeah, that's a little improvement. I mean, we can't stay here the whole time, but... Change of clothes. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, we got a magazine. The beeline to disaster. That guy is sleeping. Pollinating bees officially extinct. So that's horrible. Cybersecurity expert warns your Android could be hacked. Dating website discovered to have less than 5% female members. Yeah, I bet. I mean, with how men have been so far in this game, are you really surprised? Pollinating bees officially extinct. For decades, scientists and farmers foresaw the inevitable extinction of bee populations. I think that's the bus. Despite these warnings, the Global Institute for Endangered Species announced at their Washington AGM yesterday that wild bees are now officially extinct. Good job, humanity. We did it. Living specimens exist only in captivity. Bee numbers have been ravaged in recent decades by colony collapse disorder, where worker bees disappear, leaving hives which cannot feed themselves. Biologists confirmed that CCD was accelerated by the overuse of pesticides in crops, parasites, and pollution. The consequences of this catastrophe will be felt across the cotton industry, freshwater supplies, and most disturbingly, agriculture. Environmentalist Kathy Linda has stressed the breadth of this news. 1 in 3 mouthfuls of food we eat relies on pollination of some kind. The resulting famine will lead to millions of deaths worldwide. Things are going well in the future, aren't they? CyberLife, in cooperation with GIES, have come forward with plans on creating robotic bees. Some are pursuing non-robotic approaches, such as Detroit Urban Farms currently experimenting with modified strains of bee produced in captivity, but there is no guarantee that they will thrive. Gossips Weekly, my husband got an android pregnant. Not sure about that one. It's time to face the music. Live concerts to make a comeback. 10 ways to please your man and keep him. Time to face the music. Live concerts to make a comeback. For the younger generation, watching concerts in VR has become the norm. And who wouldn't want to slip on a VR headset and enjoy the show from the best seat in the house? It's a cheap, safe, and no-hassle solution to watching your favorite performers. But live music is about to be de-revolutionized. Nina and Koski Music have launched a campaign to bring back old-school concerts with live audiences in front of performers in the flesh. Chuck Morrison, NKM spokesperson, explains the culture of going to live concerts is a thing of the past, but we want to bring that back. Real music is when it's vibrating through your soul, surrounded by people who are experiencing the same thing. Sure. Break the Wall will be one of the first bands to take the stage, performing in front of a live audience and getting an immediate reaction will be mind-blowing. This is what music is supposed to be all about, says lead singer Baz Rudd. Baz Rudd. The hype, the applause, the screams, you just don't get that sitting on your sofa. If this proves a success, NKM's next step is to bring back music. I don't think we're ever going to reach a point where like music festivals are completely gone. Even if you could watch concerts in VR, like people are always going to favor going to a live concert. Like, I don't think this is very realistic right here. I don't expect this is ever going to happen. Which should be music to fans' ears. Alright. So this guy be sleeping. Change of clothes. So if we go and steal these clothes, he might spot us. He's watching like hockey, baseball. Program complete. But like the guy at the hotel is gonna notice my little thing. Dry clothes for Alice. I do have some money. Do I have enough money or steal clothes? How much money do I have? I don't know. Do I have enough money to dry? It doesn't matter if I dry her clothes. I still need to steal some if I want to go to the hotel. She's going to judge me even more, but if I steal clothes, it's still not gonna cover my little ring light here. And then the person at the hotel is not gonna let me in unless I can find like some kind of hat that covers my whole head. And unless I can pass for a person, I don't think Kara... You just need a room for the night, man. This guy is sleeping like pretty soundly.
What are you doing? They're not our clothes.
We need them, Alice. You need something warm, and I need to get rid of this uniform.
That's stealing. We can't do that.
She's like surprisingly, what's the term? Like lawful or like not wise, but she's like surprisingly well educated and kind considering the upbringing that she's had with Todd. So it's kind of weird. Like she's a very goody two shoes. I wish she would understand that in the situation we're in, like we need to do some bad things in order to survive. So if I steal, she's not going to trust me. Like I'm going to take a hit to our relationship, but like I feel like our relationship is pretty good. Maybe she'll thank me later, you know? Maybe she's gonna understand later that I had to do this for her well-being. Because our options right now is like sleeping out on the street or sleeping in like an abandoned building and God knows what's in there. Or we could go to the hotel. But for the hotel, we need to steal the clothes. But I don't know if she's gonna be able to pass as human. I'm going to take a risk because I've gotten this far.
I'm sorry, Alice, but we have to do this.
And hopefully this guy does not wake up. Oh no, don't. Oh, I need the hat. So far, so good. Why did it say she wasn't warm? She's supposed to be warm in here, right? Okay, look, we need to put some clothes on. Don't be mad at me. This is for your own good. Uh-oh. Okay, Okay, can you hide the... Okay, she did hide the little light. Yeah, it's hidden under her hair. Okay, so now I just need to pass for a human, so just act normal. Just act normal, please. I hope he doesn't wake up. Sorry for stealing your clothes, man, but this is for the good of a little girl, so I'm sure you would understand, right? It's just a shirt. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, so we need to go to the hotel. I hope I have enough money, though. I don't know how much... It's at $40? That's a really cheap hotel. $40? Damn. Okay, is there anything else? Wearing human clothes. Return to hotel. Find shelter for the night. Okay, sleep in motel, check house, or check parking lot. So we did have other options, but they don't seem as safe. I think the hotel is the safest one. At least we can buy some time here, right? Now just act like a human.
Hi.
Hi. I'd like a room.
That'll be $40 up front.
Sure. There you go.
Just need your name and address.
Uh-oh. What is she gonna sign? Archer? What about the address?
Driver's license.
I forgot it.
We were in a rush. I think I forgot it at home.
No worries. We can deal with it tomorrow.
Sure thing.
Have a good night.
Thanks.
Good night. Let's go, Alice.
I mean, I'm sure he gets a lot of weird people in here, so I guess it's not that strange, right? The kind of people who sleep in these hotels.
I don't know, Alice. All I know is you'll be nice and warm tonight.
Yeah. Enter room 28. It's weird, like you would think she would be much better at passing for a human. Like especially as a caretaker, but I guess it was good enough where he believed me, so... Is 28 up there? I don't even know where it is. 29. Is that 28? Okay, it is. I wonder what address she put down. I guess Todd's address? Hey, this is nice, right? I mean, there's not gonna be any food in here, but... Just gonna be hungry for one night, and then tomorrow is another day. Like, this is a very temporary solution, but at least something. Hang Alice's coat. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. I don't know what's going to progress, though. Should I talk to her? Okay, I think I have to talk to her.
Here, give me your coat.
Girl, you're damn lucky that you have an android to take care of you, because right now you would be getting your ass beat in your room. What else do we have here? Eastern Motel. Some shitty painting, you know, the staple of any hotel. I can look at myself. Have you looked at yourself since you've gone deviant? How do you feel, huh? How are we feeling about our choices, Kara? What does it feel to be self-aware? Okay, let's take our coat.
Let's get these clothes off. They're soaking wet.
Unfortunately, we don't have any dry clothes. I feel like maybe she's kind of mad at me for all this stealing I've been doing, but surely she must be grateful, right? I got her a motel
I'll just
room.
put these in the bathroom to dry.
That counts for something, right? I should remove my own... And I feel like I should keep my clothes on, because you never know when someone's going to barge in here, and I'm going to need to pass for a human, so... Alright, we can just have him to dry on this, this thing here. There we go. This is going pretty well, right? Let's hang my coat, I guess. Huh. Interesting. So... So all the androids come with this kind of like uniform that clearly shows them as being an android, right? They have like the shiny lettering on the back. They've got like their little symbol on the chest. But it is possible for them to just remove that and then put on human clothes and pass for human. Now, of course, I'm guessing most of them don't do that because it goes against their programming. We're doing it because we've gone deviant, whatever that means. But I thought maybe it was part of their body, you know? I thought maybe like that shiny uniform, there was nothing underneath but like circuitry. But it sounds like they do, at least I guess it depends on the model. But Kara here, like she clearly has like skin underneath and, well, skin. So she can just put on some other clothes instead, huh? Interesting. All right. Comfort Alice. How about you escaping a beating from your dad? Like, surely you're grateful about that, right? Surely you can excuse some stealing?
Why didn't he ever love me? Why was he always so upset with me? All I wanted was a life like other girls. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I wasn't good enough. That's why he was always so angry.
I don't know if she's programmed to deal with these types of questions.
To be a family. I just wanted him to love me. Why couldn't we just be happy?
I don't know.
You'll never leave me, right? Promise you'll never go.
Oh. Promise? That's a big choice, I feel like. So Kara is like a housekeeper type of android, right? So her whole purpose is kind of like to take care of the house, take care of the children, which is what she was doing with Alice until this horrible situation happened. And now she broke free from having to obey her masters. Now she's self-aware, she's making her own decisions, but her main purpose is still to take care of Alice. So I feel like Alice is her whole reason for being at this point. Like, that doesn't mean it's always going to be the case, but her main source of like motivation and free will is to protect Alice. So I feel like Kara, she would definitely want to always stick by her. That's like her main directive still, I feel. Now, that doesn't mean that at some point she's not going to have to figure out who she is beyond that, but I feel like for now, she would want to make that promise.
I promise.
Plus, she's going to trust us more.
Forever?
As long as we can.
Forever.
She's like, not used to doing hugs. Aren't you programmed with some hugs as a housekeeper? I guess maybe not. Maybe they don't want androids to get too close like children. Just like crush her head between her hands.
You should sleep now.
Hey, you know what? This turned out pretty well. I'm pretty satisfied with this outcome. Now, tomorrow might be another story. Like, the police might barge in here, but I wish I had some food to give you, girl. But at least, you know, you're dry right now, you're warm, you're not getting beat up by fucking drunk junkie of a dad. So, hey, I think this is a pretty good outcome, all things considered, at least for now. That little Kara in her little dress shirt, she kind of didn't put it on right, but, you know, she's trying her best. Right, so when it gave us the option, it did say like the hotel was the most comfortable but the least discreet, right? Because we have like to give our name, we have to be we could be easily found. I don't know if the guy at the counter actually believed me. He said like, oh yeah, we'll deal with it tomorrow. Because like the fact he asked me for a driver's license tells me that maybe when he saw us, he was like, you're a little suspicious. Like, are you actually a real person? So he asked us for a license and we were like, sorry, I forgot it. And he was like, oh yeah, we'll deal with it tomorrow. And right now he's like calling the police, like, there's an android with a little girl. You have to come right now. But maybe not. Maybe he did believe us. And like, honestly, it really wouldn't be the worst thing if someone just called the police and like that they came to get this little girl. Like, maybe being alone with this android is not the best thing. But of course, we are playing Kara. So from our point of view, we want to survive. We want to escape being destroyed, which is probably what would happen if the police finds us. So That's why I made all these choices of like stealing and stuff like that, because yes, against the law, but at this point, we're already on the run. We're already breaking multiple laws. If we get caught, we're probably going to get destroyed. So I think it's better to take some risk and actually do our best to, you know, survive and save Alice. So I'm just glad I didn't have to replay this one. Oh, we can give her a little kiss, and that's not even a choice. That's just something that I have to do. Interesting.
Sleep tight, Alice.
Okay, I think it's more for her than it is for me. Get in bed or walk away. Interesting. This is a choice here. So, androids don't need to sleep, right? I assume they don't need to sleep. They don't need a bed. I think Alice would probably feel more protected if we were in the bed with her than if we walked away and stared at her all night like a creep. So let's just get in the bed. Plus it looks more normal if someone ends up like coming here. Come on, give me that Alice Trust upgrade. Yeah, there you go, see? We got double. Okay. Shelter. Man, this was a very complex. Kara sleeps next to Alice, or watch Alice from chair. Yeah, that would have been a little... I mean, you could do that, but I think Alice is better for her if we just sleep with her. Okay, so, man, a lot of things can happen here. Sounds like from the moment you talk to the receptionist, it doesn't look like you could have failed that. Like, there's not an option where you failed to convince the receptionist, so I guess it's fine. Make promise or not. And then there were two other things here. I wonder what those were that we missed. We just kind of went straight. We just went like right through them in the middle. Interesting. So in the supermarket, talk to clerk. So he was never going to help us, it seems. Use Alice as a diversion. Steal discreetly. A whole bunch of things could have happened here. I'm guessing we could have gotten caught and then God knows what happens. But then in the end, we always leave the supermarket. You know, I'm wondering about that gun that we found in the previous episode. Like, because if you take the gun with you, I think there's nothing you can do where Todd doesn't die. Because if you go grab the gun, he always makes it to the room before you. Like, there's no way to get the gun and then get in the room before Todd. So I think as soon as you get the gun, Todd dies no matter what. And we're not going to miss him because Todd fucking sucks, but we don't want to kill a human because that makes things worse. So after we escape with Todd, I wonder if you keep the gun. And then if you have the gun, like you could potentially fucking like steal the money from the cash register with the gun. But then I think Alice would be even more scared of us if we did that. That's like really extreme. Or God forbid, maybe you can even kill the guy in the supermarket. So obviously we don't want that to happen. And then there's two other options. So I guess you could either sleep in the hotel or in that abandoned building, or maybe like out on the street. So pretty bad stuff. All right, well, I am pretty happy with how this chapter went overall. I don't know who we're going to be playing now. Maybe Markus again. Okay, so at this point, Markus would be arrested by the police, right? But I think I'm going to stop here. I've been recording for a while already. I know these episodes are a little bit shorter than what I usually do, but like, I don't think this game is very long and like, I'm really enjoying it. So I'm not in any hurry for it to be over. So I'm kind of taking my time doing a little bit shorter episodes. I want to at least see each character once, which we did here. So,
accessing the story chart.
I don't know what this From the Dead chapter is. Like, unless I highlight it, it's not telling me which character it is. So I'm quite curious. Could be Markus? Like maybe if they destroyed Markus and put him like in a landfill after arresting him, but I feel like, I don't know, I don't feel like that should happen. We're not gonna know until next time, but this was a another very stressful, very eventful episode, but in all the best ways. I love how complex these situations are and like how many different ways they can go. This episode didn't really bring up any like moral kind of philosophical questions just as much as maybe the first.
Did you know the motto of Detroit is, "We hope for better things"?
as much as the first 2 episodes, but it's still really fun to think about this world and all the implications of these androids being out there. So absolutely loving this game. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys will forgive me for replaying that Connor chapter like I did. I just really didn't want Connor to die this early in the game because I was scared that maybe I wouldn't get his future chapters. Although maybe he would have survived. I don't really know. I guess don't tell me in the comments yet. We'll see these alternative outcomes later. After we finish the game, I guess we'll explore some of these other outcomes and what could have happened. But I'm sorry. I do apologize. I said I wasn't going to replay chapters and I ended up doing it, but I hope you can understand. Anyways, really love this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you want to catch the next episode, you can do that right now on my Patreon in the description below. I want to send a big thank you to all of my patrons for supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much. So until next time, guys, I had fun playing this. Hope you had fun watching it, and I'll see you in the next episode for some more Detroit Become Human. À la prochaine.